Can we just start with a little injury roundup, please? Particularly Kerr and Reece James, just in case there's been some sort of miraculous recovery along the way.
No miracles, Gail, unfortunately, no. They're progressing well. Reece was outside today having a little jog, but nothing to report in terms of anything else. Jorginho, slight problem with his foot, doubtful for tomorrow. Apart from that, we're pretty much the same group we had.
And Kepa?
Still unavailable.
Unavailable, but available for the World Cup?
We'll see.
So what's the prognosis on that then?
He's got to take it day by day. It's a sort of tear in his plantar fascia, so again, how he responds to pain, how comfortable he feels, but at the moment, not so positive.
No. And just coming back to Reece James, have you put some weeks on that?
Not really, no. I think it's just how he responds. We don't want to rush anything. I certainly don't want to put any timescales on it. That's for him and the doctors and the physios.
Although he's pretty optimistic, isn't he?
Well, everybody, you need to be.
Yeah. You spoke a few weeks ago, sort of saying there's not much noise, and you're pretty honest and said, I suspect it might not stay that way very long. Is the enormity of where you are, what you're doing, and the scrutiny beginning to sort of make itself flash at you in big lights after the weekend's game?
No, I'd be lying there if I said to you that I didn't expect it at some point. It's you take this job and you take this challenge on, then of course there's going to be times where it's not a pleasant road, shall we say, and you have to deal with that, and you have to be honest and say, okay, we need to do better, and that's my responsibility, and take that. But I think we've had a 6-week period in the end where we're going to play 13 matches, 8 of them away. It has a toll on everything. Some injuries to some key players. It can get messy. It's part of the process. I've been through it at Brighton, been through it at Swansea, been through it in my club at Sweden. So it is what it is, and that's part of what the job is, to deal with it.
You said at some point, did you think you might have had a little bit more breathing space?
I don't think you can ever predict in football, and like I said, I think when results were quite good, I was honest enough to say we've still got a lot of things to do to improve. It wasn't, it's not like we were sitting there thinking we cracked football by any means. You can see from the games, performance-wise, we can improve a lot. That's exciting, but that's also the job, that's also the challenge, and that's what we're looking to do. That's what we're looking forward to the game tomorrow. That's what we're looking forward to the game against Newcastle, because that's where you can learn a lot about each other.
How do you approach the game tomorrow, bearing in mind you do have that game against Newcastle, and no Chelsea manager wants to lose 3 in a row, but particularly when you're in that hot seat?
Well, you have to. It's not about me or my ego or anything like that. It's about doing what's right for the team, what's right for the club. We have to go to Manchester City and be competitive, because for sure they will be trying to win the game. We have to be as strong as we can, which we will, and we'll do our best. We'll prepare the team, and with the greatest respect to our opponent, because they're a fantastic team, we have to go to try to win the game.
And just want to ask you, last of all, on Sterling. He, by his own admission, has said that he's come up short, that he demands a lot from himself, that he's just not reaching. Where do you feel he is as he approaches a huge few weeks? What sort of conversations are you having? Where is he going to be ready to kind of step up, and are we going to see the Sterling that we're used to seeing in an England shirt?
I think you can tell by his reaction, he's honest. Players go through moments in their career where it isn't so positive, and sometimes they go where everything they touch is gold, so to speak. As I've said before, I don't think you can zoom into the individual. The team isn't functioning as well as I would like. So that has an impact on the individuals, and Raheem is an individual in the team. So the work for us is to try and improve the team, improve the structures, and then I have no doubt about Raheem's quality, Raheem's ability. It's a proven top player.
And what you've done in the past, and we've spoken about it, is that ability to just kind of nurture. Have you done quite a lot of that in the last few weeks? Been that kind of figure just to draw out, make him believe at such a crucial time in his career?
Well, you have to do that constantly. I think that's what it is. That's what the job entails, not just for him, for lots of players, because it's like I said, it's been a tough period. Lots of things happening, lots of transition, lots of change, new faces in the dressing room, new faces everywhere. Trying to get it all to gel and settle down, and then try and develop a playing style. As you can see, we've got a lot of work to do in terms of that. But that's why we came here, to produce a top team. And we've got a long way to go, but it's exciting.
Okay, any more? James?
Graham, you say you take every competition seriously, I'm sure, but given the condensed schedule of the whole season, there's a World Cup, the fourth round of this competition is 2 or 3 days after the World Cup final. In the grand scheme of things, could you actually do without a League Cup run?
Well, I wouldn't say that. No, I mean we play the game. We have to go there and be competitive and try to win, because I think that mentality is important. And then the game, if we get through, we will use in a positive way. But we're not in a place where we can just say, no, this game's doesn't matter. We want to be competitive, and we want to try, and because that's how you can learn from yourself, and so you can learn from the game. It's an important part of the process.
How much of a problem would it be though to have a game potentially 3 days after a World Cup final?
Well, I don't think it's two separate things, isn't it? The World Cup final, when it is what it is. I mean, you've got a Premier League game not so far after that, so I mean, that's not ideal either. But we all know that that's the situation we have to face. And then, okay, if that, like I said, that game comes, then we can use that as preparation for the Premier League game. And there's some games, if it depends who plays in the World Cup final, then clearly they won't be able to play. But we've got others that can.
Okay, last two, Scott and then Simon.
Just kind of in relation to Mateo Kovacic, obviously his injury issue as well. What is the kind of detail of that? What is the issue, and how far away is he from being like 100% to play?
Well, he's just had an ongoing knee issue that's a little bit of discomfort, but it hasn't stopped him completely. It's just he's not able to probably play. Certainly, we've had to be conscious of that during this period. It's not a massive problem for him. He'll be fine for the World Cup. He's fine. I wouldn't say he's necessarily 100%, but he's not far off that. It's just we've managed it really well, and he's managed it really well. He's a top professional. He's done everything he can in terms of rehab, in terms of looking after himself in the gym, making sure his body's as good as it can be. He's a fantastic professional. But I think it's been going on from pretty much pre-season, and we've tried to make the best of it.
Okay, last one, Simon.
Hi Graham. Has Sunday's result, I know I don't expect you to name the team or whatever, but has it affected your selection for tomorrow at all? But having lost the game on Sunday, you now sort of feel like you've got to play a stronger team than perhaps you would have done?
Well, I think that's a bit reactionary. I think you've just got to look at the game on the weekend. Results disappointing, performance was disappointing. We want to do better. We want to play better. The intention for that is clear for us all, and then we use this game as this is the next step for us. This is how we can try to move forward. This is a chance for us to learn more about the squad, more about the players, carry on that process. There's no shortcuts, as I've said many a time. There's no shortcuts. There's no click of the fingers and everything goes. You have to go through some pain sometimes. You have to suffer, as I've said, and you come through. You find out about people. You find out about the team. You find out about the club. You find out about everything, and then you can move forward, and that's exciting.
Does that mean, can we expect to see some youngsters tomorrow night, and is Amari Hutchinson one of them, and what do you make of him, given that he was on the bench against Brighton?
He's in the squad. Lewis Hall's in the squad. They've impressed. They've been training with us for a while now, and they've got some good qualities, young players that we just need to nurture and take the right steps with. But they'll be in the squad and involved.
Okay, that's the end of the broadcast section. Cameras off, please.